Alright, what's up, Gamer Bus here? Welcome to this tutorial of Inside. This is going to get all of the achievements. This is one of the best games on Xbox One. Also has a super easy achievement list. It's 1,000 gamer score, and you can get it in like an hour and a half. This is going to be a quick video showing you how to do it. Here we go. Okay, orb number 1. This is for the achievement Murky Waters. It's going to be right after the section of the game where you're getting chased down by the dogs towards the very beginning. When you jump into the water, you'll be inclined to go to the right. You actually want to go left into this little cavern here. You'll see the yellow wire. You're going to follow that. That's always how you know that there's going to be an orb, is you follow the yellow wires. You come up to this beam, shake it left and right, and it'll topple over. You get up on top of it, and you walk over to the orb, pull it out. There you go. Orb number 2, this is for the achievement Field Research. It's going to be pretty soon after the first one you get when you're walking through this cornfield here. Make sure you're holding down the action button as you're walking through this field, because there's actually going to be a little trap door right here that you can go ahead and open and climb down a ladder into this basement section. Now this is a really easy orb to miss, so don't feel bad if you didn't get it on your first time around. If you look to the right here, there's a little mechanism. We're just going to ignore that thing for now. We actually want to go over to the left. That's where the orb is, along with your new achievement that you can cherish so much. Orb number 3, this is for the achievement Wee Wee Wee. It's going to be immediately after you jump off this roof into this little pig wagon. Instead of going to the right there, you're actually going to take the wagon off to the left, where there's going to be a plank of wood in the wall that you can pull off, and it actually creates an opening that you can then climb through. Once you're inside, there's going to be a rope in the middle of the room. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to climb up it, and in order to get over to the beam on the left, you just swing back and forth a couple times, build up momentum, and then jump across. You should be able to make it, and then grab your orb. The next orb is going to be immediately after you push this safe off the plank and it collapses. You're just going to come back around to the way you got up, and once you jump down into this hole that the safe has created, right down here, there's a grate on the left that you can pull off, and the orb is sitting right inside this room. For the 5th orb in the game, this is for the achievement Obscure Foundations. You're going to do it once you've entered the city and you're up here with the sign with the fallen R. After you've jumped this gap and are hanging from the pole, instead of climbing up and continuing, you're actually going to climb down, where there will be an orb sitting in this alley of sorts. Alright, orb number 6 for the achievement Friends in Low Places. It's going to be during the submersible section, right after you've jumped over a little ledge in your submarine. What you're going to do is take your submarine down to the bottom of this room with the collapsed stairwell. There's a box right here that you do your charge attack into and actually knock it out of the way, which is then going to take you to a new area where there's a little puzzle that you have to solve. Now this puzzle isn't all that difficult to complete, but it is a little challenging to figure out what to do. It's a mind control puzzle with your little husk guys. What you do is get in this first crown and control your husk to get on top of the submarine. Don't put him inside it, just leave him on top and then hop in yourself. You take him over to the other crown that's in the middle of this water section, and I missed there, but you actually want to launch him up into the second crown, so he is now controlling the other husk that's in the background. You climb back to the first crown, and he will control the second husk to pull the orb in the background. Orb number 7 is going to be immediately after you use this red door here to block off the mermaid boy who's chasing you. You're going to break through these planks up here, and instead of going to the right, you're going to go to the left. This is going to be for the achievement A Tableau. When you get over to the left here, you can see a ladder higher up there. You're not going to be able to reach it, but you are able to use your charge attack to break down the beams that are holding it into place. And I failed a little bit there, but that's what you're supposed to do. I got to the point eventually. You're going to get out of your submarine and climb up. You can use what fell down to actually get up yourself. And I failed getting up that trapdoor again. Walk over to the orb and pull on it to get your achievement. To get the 8th orb and the achievement Pack Mentality, you're going to do it during the 20-man puzzle. After you grab these 3 zombie husks from the canister that's hanging from the ceiling, bring them back to the spot that you climbed up to get to them. You can actually use them now to pull the planks off of this wall and climb in to a little cavern. Now, there's a kind of annoying puzzle that you have to do here. Well, it's not really a puzzle, but it's just an annoying segment of the game. What's going to happen is you pull this torch off the wall, and when you're running through the cave, there are going to be some of the dogs from earlier. They're all going to gang up on you from each side. It's really annoying, but basically the way it works is as long as you're running towards them with the torch, they won't approach you, but they will try to kind of flank you, I guess. They'll come at you very fast from the side that you're not holding the torch, so you just have to really be on edge. But if you can make it over and pull the orb out, they'll all run away, and you don't have to worry about them anymore. Alright, for orb number 9 and the achievement Respite, it's going to be during the second time that you're running away from the mermaid boy. Once you run over here to the trap door and open it up, you drop into the water to draw him over to you. but don't let him touch you because he will kill you. And once you've drawn him over, you run back over to the other side because he's going to stay at the last point that you were inside the water. So he only senses you when you're actually in the water. He won't follow you from the top. And that should leave plenty of space for you to get up and to the left here where your orb is going to be, and he won't be able to kill you. Orb number 10, this is going to be for the achievement Unfathomable. It's going to be immediately after you gain the ability to actually swim underwater. You'll see the yellow wire right there. You can't get to it from there. What you actually do is just continue on with the progression of the game. Bring your fish army with you if you want. I don't know that you have a choice in that matter. And you'll get to this big open section. It's very, very cinematic and awesome looking. And to the right over there is the collapsing butthole door that you actually aren't going to go through for the purposes of getting the orb. The orb is going to be through the left door here. What you do is you grab this first lever on the top and pull it down, and then you grab this latch here and you pull that one down as well, and it'll open the door. Take your fish army up, just keep swimming. It's a long way to swim, but there's an orb there, I promise, and you should be able to see it dangling from the ceiling here. Go ahead and pull it out. You and your fish army are awesome. For orb number 11 and the achievement Clockwork, it's going to be during this puzzle where there's a platform above you that you can rotate, and there's a light going from left to right that will kill you if it touches you. You just want to move the platform so it's directly above you, 12 o'clock. Once you've moved it there, go to the left and you can drop down into the water here, where there's then going to be on the opposite end of that platform that you moved to 12 o'clock, there's another platform at 6 o'clock, which has an orb on it, and it's right down here in this room. Okay, for orb number 12 in the achievement Room for Reflection, it's going to be after you've done the puzzle where you get this yellow box up into the room with the bodies dangling from the top. Push it all the way to the right and pull the switch on it so that it launches you up. Hit the red button here and it's going to lower a platform that you can then pull the button on the yellow box again to launch you up. Hit the red button, hop on the platform, it goes back up. And then your orb is sitting right here in this little room. Okay, for the 13th orb in the achievement Office Space, it's going to be during the elevator puzzle when you have your little army of husks here following you. What you do is get about half of your husks onto the elevator and then press the button to seal the other half off and let them fall onto the top of the elevator. Once they're up there, stay in the elevator and use the button to ride back up. There's going to be a rope off to the right of this room where the elevator lands, and you're going to use this little army that was in the elevator with you to throw you up onto that rope, and you can climb up it where your second little army of husks is going to be waiting for you in this room up here. Because this particular orb is actually dangling from the ceiling, it's not on the floor that you can just grab, so you're going to use your army here to toss you up, and then you grab onto the orb midair and pull it down. For the 14th and final orb in the game, this is for the achievement The Last One. You're going to climb up this ladder. It's immediately after you see all the office workers kind of gawking at something in a big water silo. Over here in this room, there's a giant orb, and it's going to have a door that will only be open if you've gathered all 13 previous orbs. So if you come here and you haven't gotten those other 13, that door will not be open. But you literally just crawl inside this giant one, and there's a small orb that you just hold the action button on and pull, and that's going to be your final achievement. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. If it was, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.